Welcome to the beautiful Melbourne Ballpark. It is training day. You can kind of see it in the background a little bit. There'll be some players there later. Just trust us. We are on the eve, Christmas Eve, of the Australian Women's Championships, and I'm here with, well, I wouldn't want to be here with anybody else. A long-time Emerald, World Cup medalist, star of the literal show in women's baseball, the Inside Pitch. Amy McCann, thanks so much for all your coverage in advance this week. We really appreciate it. Welcome to Christmas Eve.
I know. I feel like it's been Christmas Eve for me for 6 weeks, doing all my podcasts, talking to all the teams. This is so exciting. Driving out here, I'm not playing, but I was just as nervous as I was when I came out, played here all those years ago and played all those nationals.
Look, we don't want to take up too much of your time. We just want to get you set for what's to come for the week ahead. If you do want to spend a little bit more time, that's a great podcast to start at. You can hear from some of the players. Amy and Amy both do a great job of it. There's also some previews and rosters online via the hub at baseball.com.au. But Amy, let's just talk shop here because the Women's Championship starts tomorrow. It's a World Cup year, so you know that the Emeralds coaching staff will be there watching very closely. But more importantly, there's a national championship on the line, and there's 6 teams that all think they're a shot at least medaling in this tournament. Should we break it down a little bit?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go.
All right, let's go West Coast to East Coast. I just kind of want to get an idea from you about what questions you're asking of each of the teams. What's some of those storylines that you're looking at? So let's start with last year's bronze medalist, Western Australia.
Look, Western Australia, last year's bronze, and I think there's going to be another medal this year, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what colour it is because they have so many big names returning, and they have 10 players from the teams that won it on this very ground in 2023. And you start talking about Leah Cornish coming back into these nationals, I'm frothing.
So would you think the strength of this team is how they can hit?
Yeah, I think I'm looking at that lineup and I'm like, the person that's batting 9 is going to be quality. And they've got people that can protect, whether it's Smalls, whether it's Leah. We've got Bianca Ramsey in the side and Elodie O'Sullivan, another Emerald. This lineup they are going to rake.
Don't forget Bianca Ramsey also transferring from South Australia. She lives in WA now, so she's playing for the state that she's living in, but she was a star of the Nationals for South Australia, who's up next on our list as we keep going east in this direction. So let's go with South Australia. They didn't make the finals the last couple of years, finishing 5th. They've been close. They've been knocking on the door. They won last medal in 2023. Is it possible we see them back on the podium this tournament?
100%. I definitely think so. I think the youth, over half their team was in the youth competition just 2 years ago. And you talk about the anticipated debut of Alice Brown into the women's ranks. I think we're all waiting for that when she gets on the mound for the first time. And I think we've got your Gemma Lettons, your Jess Maslins, your Peyton Daniels, your Sarah McMahons. There are the experienced people that can help the young girl come through. And I think they can medal.
I mean, you mentioned the youth, but what you didn't mention there is that they're back-to-back gold medalists in the youth, and now they're coming up. But what is that transition like when you're going from, playing junior baseball, which is what under-16s is, to now they're playing on a field with Japanese national champions, with Emeralds, with
WPBL
signings. Exactly. So we've seen players make the jump before, in recent years, a la Molly Pattison, Jen Beacom, if you want to go back I don't want to say another generation, but a few years ago. But what is the transitions and the challenges that you'll see from younger players making that jump?
To be honest, I don't think the transition of baseball, yes, the quality, it takes up a few notches. But a lot of these girls have been playing on the same dimension fields in their competitions in their states. So it's 60 feet 6 inches, it's 90 feet on the base paths. What they need to understand is, the game gets faster, but they can get caught in the headlights. And I think when they walk onto a field and they see a Lily Kavanagh or a Leah Cornish, I think that can overwhelm them. So if they can keep that down and just remember it's 7 innings, it's the same 4 balls and 3 strikes, they'll be fine. Big
return for South Australia's Carly Moore, the only South Australian-born player to ever make an Emerald squad. She's back, and she helped lead South Australia to their last medal in 2023. Let's go. Well, this is a tricky one to place, but I'm going to give them next going east because they've got 3 players from the Northern Territory on their team. So let's go with the Roos, the new team in the tournament. They're a team made up of either players that weren't able to trial for their state team and didn't trial for whatever reason, or they're made up of players that didn't quite make their state team. some younger players, or in the NT's case, they don't have a state team. So 3 players ended up making that squad, which is so cool to see.
Yeah.
How do you prognosticate the Roos in this? Like, are they actually a chance to make the finals?
I think when you have a composite team with some players, as you said, didn't trial or didn't make their teams for whatever reason, they're going to point to proof. And I think they're all going to bond together really well. It's an exciting time for the team. There's a couple of emeralds in there, and we know, the thing I love about baseball is that every game is it's a new day, it's a new game, it's a fresh lineup. And I think that there's going to be teams out there not wanting to be beaten by the Roos. And there's going to be some games that I'm really looking forward to see how other teams shape up against them.
I mean, Maddie Patrick, obviously an emerald. Bronwyn Gell, the Victorian Pitcher of the Year, she's an emerald. Those are 2 big names. I'm also looking at players like Regan O'Reilly, who won the MVP last year at youth. She's won gold medals before. She makes the jump up. And remember, sometimes you don't make your team and you maybe go to the Roos because there's just someone ahead of you on that depth chart. If you want play time, you can go play here and get that experience, just like Queensland White did as well at the last many nationals.
Yeah, and look, another name to watch out for, Emma Sullivan. So Emma Sullivan has an absolute cannon of an arm, and we'll probably see her on the left side of the diamond. We'll definitely see her on the hill, may see behind the dish. Versatile teenager that's just, got absolute cannon.
If they want to make the finals, big one, first game up tomorrow, Queensland versus Roos. Like, that is a huge game in that. So let's keep going east. Victoria. This is Victoria's home ground. You're from Victoria, Amy. You've watched Victoria play. Now, Victoria have been the standard in women's baseball, but they've only won 1 national championship since COVID, despite losing, 3 or 4 games total over that span.
Yeah.
And this team remember, this game was tied late in the gold medal game. They were so close, and now they have, you can almost call it, how many additions to this Victorian team? This is a loaded Victorian roster.
They did. Last year it was 3-all in the 5th, and they had the most inexperienced side, I think, in history last year, and they nearly nabbed a national title. And this year they have 8 injections. And when we talk about half a team changeover with the players they're getting, we've got Emmy Saki, WPBL signing. We've got Abby McClellan and Lily Kavanagh. And we all know what Lily did on this very diamond 2 years ago. We've seen Abby McClellan go deep in this ballpark. The lineup for Victoria is stacked again, 1 to 9, and I can't wait to see what is the best lineup. There's so many options.
Other pitching options look like just adding that depth. I mean, Jess Johnson wasn't last year able to play. She was commentating. She was around it. She's back on the mound, just adds that little bit of depth that maybe you need just to navigate through finals. If Victoria aren't contending for a medal, it would be a crazy shock. They would be one of those 1-2 teams to beat in this tournament, looking at it.
I think so. And then you've got Ali Bebere. She's a 2-time Golden Arm winner, draftee for the WPBL. And I think with Nalumi Kamatani, we know Emmy Saki's going to be on the hill. They've got about 13 pitchers. Like, it is a stacked blue team.
New South Wales, defending gold medalists. They're here. Claire O'Sullivan, the MVP. She's back headlining the team. We'll talk about Claire a lot always. So no offense, Claire. Let's talk about some players that maybe are just under that wing of Claire O'Sullivan. Who might you see from New South Wales really step up this year?
So I think this is going to be the year of Isabel Lambert.
Okay.
We saw Isabel Lambert.
What do you mean? She was the star of the gold medal game last
I know.
year.
It absolutely seems crazy that I'm saying that this is the year of someone who delivered the knock that gave them the gold medal last year. But I think Izzy Lambert, she's someone that we know how talented she is, but I don't think she's broken through that level yet. I can't wait to see when she does, and she truly puts herself into that echelon of the top players. Expecting to see great things from her. And look, Tahara Geldenhuys, I tell you, when Claire O'Sullivan comes up to bat, you don't want to miss it. When Takara's on the base paths, man, get the dab going. It's good stuff.
And if this is your first tournament watching, Claire O'Sullivan is the name to watch on this team, maybe in this tournament. So we'll talk, Claire. Rookie though on New South Wales. There's 3 coming through the ranks here.
Yeah.
Give me one name, just one name.
Okay, I love my straight out of youth class, and it's a hard choice in this class. I'm going to go Ivy White. I'm going to say it Tamron Love as well. There you go. But they are
award winner last year in the youth, Ivy White as well.
As a catcher.
Yeah.
When you win a Golden Glove as a catcher in youth, So Madison Heath, Riley De La Corbach, they have no shortage of catchers on this team. So, yeah. And you know what? What's worse than a New South Wales team? A New South Wales team with their chest out as defending champions. Watch them watch out for them.
Queensland, all right, look, last couple years, one of my favorite players, the business, Molly Pattison. She's a WBPL draftee. She's been the star of this team for a couple years now. It's in her third national. So, I mean, that's her plug right there. Molly, we'll talk about you lots during the week. Give me some players, a couple players on on Queensland rather, that you might think break through this tournament.
Oh, look, I cannot wait to see Charlotte Stokes. I think Charlotte, we talk all the time, and rightly so, about Molly Pattison, but I think Charlotte Stokes is right in the weight under her wing. We'll probably definitely see her on the hill. We'll see her at third base. She's one strong teenager, just another one coming through there. And the other one is Hannah Elliott. I'm not going to do it justice, but Hannah Elliott's arm, you think Peter Moylan? She is a sidey, and it's just funk. And I can't wait to see her dice up some of the women in this event.
Again, a lot of players on Queensland, kind of similar to what we talked about with South Australia earlier. I mean, Queensland won their last youth gold now, 3 years ago now in 2023, but they've been in the medals the last 2 years. South Australia, that team was a wagon last year. Queensland's been right around that South Australia mark, though, the last 2 years. All those players have come through to this top age group as well. Couple late injuries, but this is where their depth is going to be tested.
And I think they have a lot of old youngies, young oldies. I don't know what they are. We talk about
Rio Bradley,
Hannah Marshall, Grace White, who's going to do a lot of work on the hill, Jessica Sullivan. Like, there's just a lot of players that I think that don't get talked up enough. And I think Rio Bradley and Hannah Marshall are two of the best players. If they were playing in a New South Wales or Victoria, we'd be talking about them like they're some of the best players in the game. So it's not just youth in Queensland. It's old youth and young youth.
And you mentioned those two players, Rio Bradley, Hannah Marshall. I mean, this tournament's huge for them and players of a similar age group to them, right? You know, they've had a few nationals under the belt. They just missed out on Emerald selection 3 years ago. How did these players grow? How did they develop? We'll have some answers this week, and I know Rio's arm strength is, by all reports, up as well. So I'm excited to see how these players have improved, because I know they worked so hard on their craft.
Yeah, and I think, as you said, this is a World Cup year. We know there's woodwork, there's people coming out, but I think there's a lot of players that I think we're going to see some names on this Emerald squad that you're going to be. Could be a Rio, could be a Hannah Marshall. Some of these players who might not even think they've got a chance themselves, but I think it's a bit of an open back end of that squad, and I'm really excited. I've already started writing my little Emerald squad, so I'm going to do it as the week goes on. But I think we're going to see some new people put their hand up this week.
That's the big one right now. The Emerald selection is also on tap for the National Championship. There's an article up online as well, looking for that winning culture, doing those fundamentals right. Pitching and defense is really what the Emerald staff and Jason Pospisil is looking for, because I mean, that's how games are lost a lot of the time if you're fundamentally not quite sound. That's what they're looking for to build a team on pitching and defense.
Yeah, look, we know, as we said, we know the girls can hit. Like, the girls in our game can absolutely rake, but as we saw, we didn't execute over at that World Cup, particularly in the Mexico game, and I think it's easy to say. We have to throw strikes, but we have to execute in the field. If we can be tight, I think if you see some tight fielding out there, you're going to be putting your hand up.
It'll be a fun one. This podium is... you could have some healthy debate about who you think will end up on the podium of this Women's Championships. It starts tomorrow, Sunday, 9 a.m. You can watch it live and free and around the world on Baseball Plus. Amy, you'll be on the call. Amy Cannington will be on the call. I'll be joining as well on the call. You can stay tuned to the coverage all week on baseball.com.au and Women's Baseball, the Inside Pitch. So don't go anywhere. I hope you enjoy the week's coverage. This is the only open level national championship in Australian baseball, right? There's no other national championship in baseball in this country that has the best of the best, doesn't matter your age, that are here. So we have 16-year-olds. We have, what's the oldest player in this tournament? We'll have to look that up. But theoretically, they could be 70. That's my point, you know.
And if you're a baller at 70 and you're out there,
you could be out there.
I tip my cap.
So make sure you tune in. Amy, any final words?
No, I mean, hopefully Melbourne's weather gets a little bit warmer, but no, I just cannot wait. It's Christmas Day for a week for us, and yeah, I'm just absolutely frothing.
We're gonna have fun this week, and we hope you do too. We'll see you this week.
Perfect. I can actually get